Hey everyone, thanks for checking out this week's new releases. This is for the week of April 23rd. As always, we'll start off with all the physical releases, starting with a limited one. For PS4 and Switch, we're getting Galgun 2. Now, this is the third game in the Galgun shooter series, which has a new cast of characters. The original game was infamous for its crazy concept, and like this release, the second game, Double Piece, was released in English through select retailers only. I'm not sure where this is available in the US, but in Canada here you can get it from a small retailer called VGP exclusively. If you haven't seen our coverage of the original game, Galgun is a pervy light gun shooter that you have to see to believe. This new game seems to change up things quite a bit. First off, the story is now about saving girls from their demonic possession using a new vacuum-like weapon, which also has the side effect of taking off their clothes. It also seems to use a new mission-based system with side quests, so I look forward to seeing how that structure has changed. Obviously, a really fun and crazy take on the genre, but not for the easily offended. PSVR is getting Rick and Morty Simulator Virtual Reality. There's not too much to say about this game. It's basically a series of minigames starring Rick and Morty. It does look like a ton of fun, so I think anyone who's into the series will have a blast with it. The Switch is getting a bunch of games. Starting off is Hello Kitty Cruisers. Now, this is not a great kart racer, but this game is really known for how rare the Wii U version was. So this is basically a port of that version. Next up is a port of South Park The Fractured But Whole. Last year's South Park turn-based RPG is finally coming to the Switch. The 3 additional DLCs that were already released on other consoles are also available on launch day. We're getting 2 Firefighters games for the Switch. It's pretty surprising. They're both coming out the same week. We are getting Firefighters The Simulation, which is a firefighting game set in a big open world city, where you take on fires of all sizes, deal with smoke hazards and radioactive elements, and you get to use a number of different firefighting vehicles for that. The kind of follow-up to that is Firefighters Airport Fire Department. So it's a similar concept, except now the firefighting action moves to an airport, which is a pretty big area, where the player goes around trying to get fires under controls on the ground and with vehicles outside. Lastly for the Switch is Snow Moto Racing Freedom. This is a follow-up to the developer's Aquamoto Racing Utopia and is a similar racing game, except this time you're using snowmobiles. The game features 3 leagues to compete in, 4-player split screen, and a leisure mode where you can just drive along the tracks without racing anyone. The Vita is getting another Otome game. Psychedelica of the Black Butterfly is a visual novel by Idea Factory in which you play a girl who wakes up in a creepy mansion with no memories. You and others explore the mansions while pursued by monsters while trying to find your lost memories. The game looks like it features some action segments, so there's a little bit more than just the typical Otome romance stuff going on here. The story seems interesting too, so I may check that out to see how it is. Moving on to the digital stuff, like always, I only mention the stuff that really appeals to me. There's so much digital stuff, so check out the stores to see what I might have missed, and mention anything in the comments that I don't know about. Switch, Xbox One, and PS4 are getting Death Road to Canada. This is a retro-style 2D art zombie apocalypse roguelike that features different characters, locations, events, and stories each time you play. It looks really interesting. The Switch is getting the Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Trilogy. I'm surprised this didn't come out physically, but this is basically a trilogy of 3 Ultimate Ninja Storm anime fighting games made by CyberConnect 2. They were originally released on the PS3 and were released on the PS4 and Xbox last year. This set includes Ultimate Ninja Storm 1, 2, and 3. For baseball fans, PSVR is getting MLB Home Run Derby VR. So I don't know too much about this. I'm not a big baseball fan, but that seems like a cool thing if you're into that. Vita is getting Cosmic Star Heroine, which is a port of a 2D RPG by the creators of Cthulhu Saves the World, which is an amazing indie RPG, so this is definitely worth checking out. And that's it for this week. I'll see you guys next time.